Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Drop. Directed by Christopher Landon and released on April 11th, 2025, it's a high-concept thriller about modern world dating. With a runtime of an hour and 40 minutes, the film delivers a suspenseful narrative centered around a single mother, Violet, whose first date in years turns into a harrowing ordeal when she receives threatening messages. This movie is certainly not too realistic, but the narrative, strong performances, tight pacing, and compelling commentary on our need to be connected make this movie worth watching. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional spoiler, but I will do my best to avoid them. Like I said, the story follows Violet. She is a widowed mother and domestic abuse survivor who decides to re-enter the dating scene. She's been talking to Henry for 3 months over a dating app and finally meets with him at an upscale Chicago restaurant in the Sky. For a brief second, it looks like it's going to be a great night. Both actors, meghannfahy and brandonsklenar, have great chemistry and their character dynamic is great too. Henry is handsome, Violet is beautiful, and they're both a bit nervous and excited about their dinner date. However, the fun doesn't last because Violet starts receiving ominous messages through an app called Digidrop. It's clearly Apple AirDrop, but for legal purposes, the name has been changed. Anyways, Violet's incessant need to check in on her son and her babysitting sister are what get her into this horrific situation. If she would have ignored her phone from the start, she probably would have had a great night and made it home to her kid without issue. Instead, she continues to accept and read these ominous messages and realizes that whoever is sending the messages has someone in her house. She's forced to follow the sender's demands, including the unthinkable, kill her date. For the most part, this movie is pretty tense. A lot of that tension is driven by meghannfahy's acting. She is incredible as a woman torn between fear and determination to do what's right and save her son. From the second she sees her son being threatened, it's clear to Henry that something is wrong. She's not present during their date, is constantly getting up to walk around the restaurant, and is lying to him. Henry is a much more patient and nicer man than I am because I would have gotten up, left, and rescheduled. Time is important, and if it's not being respected, it's okay to get up, walk away, and reconvene at a later time. Sklenar is great in this role because he's charming and enigmatic, yet he's helpful. He's the one who initially helps Violet realize that the sender is someone within the restaurant. Unfortunately, that's about where his character arc ends. Even though he's a nice guy and can tell that something is genuinely off, he never does anything about it. He just stomachs the uncomfortable date, and I don't know how I feel about that. Given his backstory, it just feels a little out of character. Anyways, the supporting cast is also good. I love Jeffrey Self as their waiter Matt. He is so extra and obnoxious without realizing it. He's the comedic relief in this movie and helps pace out the tension. Other cast members like violettbeane as Jen, Gabrielle Ryan as Kara, Ed Weeks as Phil, Travis Nelson as Connor, and reeddiamond as Richard all help add to the mystery and charm of this thriller. On that note, I also loved all the background actors. They gave the restaurant a busy feel. About 85% of this movie takes place in the restaurant, and I think it's great. I love the upscale setting, and I think the use of tight shots and strategic lighting helped amplify the sense of entrapment and urgency. There's even one plot point in the movie where being high up in the sky really helps Violet out. It's very cheesy and unrealistic, and it did kind of take me out of the movie. To elaborate a little bit better, I feel like this movie set up the climax very well, but I don't feel like the climax was executed very well. The physics and then even the timeline just don't mesh. We go from one spot to another in a matter of seconds. Don't get me wrong, I appreciated the runtime, and even though I think this movie could have been shorter, I don't know if it was the best pacing. The writing and direction get a little janky towards the end. But again, that said, the film still manages to keep a suspenseful tone complemented by the soundtrack. Not just that, but there are some good licensed tracks like Day from Night by Ages and Ages, Baby Shark, and Healing by Fletcher. Overall, the music keeps things gripping with breathable moments. I'll be honest, Drop is a fun, imperfect ride. It's an elevated thriller that doesn't quite stick its landing, but it definitely holds your attention. It's not aiming for gritty realism, but rather a tech-driven nightmare that plays with our everyday reliance on phones, dating apps, and digital validation. While the third act wobbles under the weight of its own ambition, the strong performances, especially from meghannfahy, keep the emotional core intact. The restaurant setting is used to great effect, the pacing rarely lets up, and the music subtly enhances the film's claustrophobia, Big Brother's watching tension. It may not be the most believable film, but it delivers a solid, entertaining experience that fans of thrillers like Carry On will likely enjoy. If that's your kind of movie, then check this one out in theaters or wait until it hits streaming platforms. Thank you for listening to my review of Drop. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.